Recorded Books presents an unabridged recording of Dancing at the Rascal Fair by Ivan Doig, narrated by Robert Ian Mackenzie and directed by Sarah Sarchan.
The author begins with a quote from Charles Campbell Doig, 1901 to 1971. Scotchmen and coyotes was the only ones that could live in the basin, and pretty damn soon the coyotes starved out. Scotland and Helena. From the Glasgow Caledonian, October 23rd, 1889. Harbour mishap at Greenock. Yesterday morning, while a horse and cart were conveying 1,000 weight of sugar on the quay at Albert Harbour, one of the cart wheels caught a mooring stanchion, which caused the laden conveyance and its draught animal to fall over into the water. The poor creature made desperate efforts to free itself, and was successful in casting off all the harness except the collar, which, being attached to the shafts of the sunken cart, held its head under water until it was drowned. The dead animal and the cart were raised during the forenoon by the Greenock harbour diver. To say the truth, it was not how I expected, stepping off toward America past a drowned horse. You would remember too well, Rob, that I already was of more than one mind about the Atlantic Ocean, and here we were, not even within eye-shot of the big water, not even out onto the slow-flowing River Clyde yet, and here was this heap of creature that would make, 4 times the sum total of Rob Barclay and Angus McCaskill. Here on the Greenock dock it lay gawping up at us with a wild, dead eye. Strider of the earth not an hour ago, wet rack of carcass now. An affidavit such as that says a lot to a man who cannot swim, or at least who never has. But depend on you, Rob. In those times you could make light of whatever. There was that red shine on you, your cheeks and jawline always as ruddy and smooth as if you had just put down the shaving razor, and on this largest day of our young lives you were aglow like a hot coal. A stance like a lord and a hue like a lady. You cocked your head in that way of yours and came right out with, "See now, McAngus, see, so long as we don't let them hitch a cart to us, we'll be safe as saints." A good enough theory, I had to agree, as far as it goes. Then came commotion, the grieved sugar carter bursting out, "Och, Ginger dear, why did you have to tumble?" and dockmen shouting around him, and a blinkered team of horses being driven up at full clatter to drag their dead ilk away. Hastily, some whiskered geezer from the Cumbrae steamship line was waving the rest of us along. "Dead's dead, people, and standing looking at it has never been known to help. Now then, whoever of you are for the James Watt, straight on to the queue there. New York at its other end. Step to it, please, thank you." And so we let ourselves be shooed from the sight of poor old horsemeat Ginger, and went and stepped onto line with our fellow steerage ticket holders beside the bulk of the steamship. Our fellow Scotland leavers, 1,000 at once, each and every of us now staring sidelong at this black iron island that was to carry us to America. One of the creels which had held the sugar was bobbing against the ship's side, while over our heads deckhands were going through the motions of some groaning chore I couldn't begin to figure. "Now if this was fresh water like," sang out one above the dirge of their task, "I'd wager ye a guinea this harbour'd right now taste sweet as treacle." "But it's not, ye bleedin' dafty. The bleedin' Clyde is tide salt from the tail of the bank the full way up to bleedin' Glasgow. Now end it. And what the hell kind of concoction are you going to get when you mix sugar and salt?
Ask our bedamned cook, put in a third. All the time he must be doing it, else why's our mess taste like what the China dog walked away from?
As emphasis,
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.